Just check everything over here on my other screen. Make sure everything is good. Alright. We're live there. And then checking over here as well. Alright. That's good. Just make sure everything is good here. Alright. Things are going fine. Yeah. Alright. Alright, cool. Anyway. Refresh my pages and stuff over here. Make sure chat is on. Okay, chat's on and I'm live. Alright, anyways. Hey. What's up? How's life? How are things going? I'm here. I'm alive. Where are my cough drops? Where are my cough drops? I always have those. It's like the only thing that I have in my life. So, a few months ago when I started streaming, a few months ago when I started streaming, this was when I wasn't multi-streaming, I was just streaming to Twitch only, right? And it was really kind of just an outlet for me to do something with my day. As I've mentioned before, I've got a break semester right now where I'm not really in school. Kind of just taking a semester off because, you know, stuff at the school wasn't, like, there was just stuff that wasn't going well, and mental health wasn't the best, you know? So I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna take off, right? And I was kind of at home, kind of doing nothing except just working and then laying around and doing nothing. So I was like, you know what, if I'm just going to be sitting at my computer, like, playing stuff or doing what the hell ever, I might as well stream, just so I can feel, or, like, pretend I'm being productive in some way, right? Obviously, I'm not streaming to a bunch of people or anything. A lot of the time, it's just me talking to myself, whatever, and I'm okay with that, right? Because my goal or my aim or any of this is not to, you know, grow my channels or, like, become a big streamer or YouTuber. That's not the plan or goal. So I really do not feel like depressed or butthurt or anything of not being able to have, like, a bunch of people in my chat all the time, right? I occasionally will stream and have one or two people talking to me in chat, and I'm happy with that. That's fine. And if I'm sitting here talking to myself like I am right now, that's also cool, right? Because somebody might go back and see that. Somebody, like, I didn't really think anybody went back and watched my VODs until the other day when somebody commented on one of them. And they were like, they said, this guy reminds me of one of those guys from a season of Love on the Spectrum. And I was like, damn, they kind of fucking clocked me. Because only a couple months ago I got my formal diagnosis for autism, right? So that was pretty interesting. And I was like, damn, I guess it was obvious to everyone else except me that I had autism. But anyways, so that was really funny. I was going to respond to them, but I completely forgot about it. So if that's you and you're seeing this, that was really funny. Anyways, but yeah, so, like, I'm cool just sitting here talking to myself, doing what the hell ever. All that to say, a few months ago I was streaming to absolutely nobody. There's not a VOD of it anymore because Twitch automatically will delete VODs. That's why I started kind of multi-streaming on YouTube and stuff too, so YouTube would save my VODs automatically on my channel, right? And so I think it was literally like my second stream or something, and I started stream and I was like, hey, what's up? You know, I'm live, it's just me or whatever. I think there's actually one other person in chat, and I went to grab my headphones and put them on, you know, put them over my head. I set them down and the left earmuff just, like, just fell completely, right? Just was nothing. So what you're seeing right now on my headphones, this right here, there's super glue inside this right now. You can kind of, like, when looking at it from where I am, you can't really see it there, but like here on the right headphone, right there's seamless right here, right? On the left one, there's a little bit of a gap here because it's kind of, like, separated a bit just because, you know, it's not as it used to be. Anyway, all that to say, on the super long tangent, for no reason, that last night I had a dream, because I knew I was probably going to stream today. I had a dream I got to the desk and like put on my headphones, and both of them just like fell off. The left one came unsuper glued and the right one just like fell. And then the headphones like split in two up top. Like, you know, like the video that, there's like several years old video of the guy playing Osu in the middle of his thing and his headphones literally just fall apart on top of his head. And I had that dream, like my whole headset just fell and came apart. So that was funny. Anyways, that was just a useless story about a dream I had last night. Anyway, also in part of that dream, I was talking to somebody who I have not talked to in like over a year at this point, because we're on bad terms. Or at least I think we are. I don't really have anything towards them, but I think they're on bad terms with me. I don't really know. I had a dream that I was talking to them, so that was weird. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, hi, I'm on today. It's been a little bit since I've streamed. I streamed, I think my last stream was a week ago today. Was it? Did I stream on last Tuesday? I don't know if I streamed on last Tuesday. I know I did Monday. No, I didn't. I think I did Tuesday because I worked Monday. No, I didn't. I didn't work Monday because I was off Monday and I worked Tuesday. Anyway, what the hell am I talking about? Anyway, I know I streamed like once or maybe twice last week. And it's been like a week since I've streamed. That's all I know, right? Yeah, it was like Wednesday I worked, busy. Thursday I also did work and was busy here. I thought I had said, like, I said probably something like, I think I might stream that day, but then I didn't. It was just busy prepping a lot of packing stuff because I went out of town over the weekend. Friday, busy in the morning with a friend, and then went out of town midday and was out of town basically until Monday. Out of town till Monday, came back Monday, and was just like blah blah blah. I'm back, but it was just like a lot of unpacking and like getting back and settled in from being out of town. So I'm live again today. I'm alive at least. I don't really know how to feel about the out of town trip. It was kind of like got roped into a work out of town like retreat event thing or whatever, you know. And I work with people a lot older than me. I'm young and 21. A lot of the people I work with have kids my age, so I don't know, spending your weekend with people who are much older than you is not the greatest thing all the time. They ask you questions and they're like, oh, you know, how's college going, and how's work going, and how's looking for apartments or housing or this or that, and I'm just have to sit there and be like, yeah, no, it's fine, except like everything kind of fucking sucks because like I'm broke as shit. Y'all should definitely pay me more. And you know, everything's so expensive, and they're just like, oh, you know, you just gotta work hard, and I'm like, okay, yeah, thanks, Phil. You know, that's awesome. I say Phil, that's not the guy who I was really talking about. I work with the Phil. He's chill, not him, but there's a couple guys where I was like, dude, John, like, what, like, can you fucking not, like, his kids have kids, he's got like 11 grandkids, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up, you don't know anything. Anyways, I'm alive, I'm back. I need to figure out what I need to do with my schedule because I'm past like my most busy period of at work now that I'm back in town, right? April was horrendously busy. So now I want to figure out like what am I going to do with like streaming in a schedule, right? I don't really mind if people watch me or not, because I kind of just do this for fun. But I kind of want to have a consistent schedule, right? I just kind of need a schedule in life. I'm sure a lot of people agree with that. If you don't have a schedule, make one. I fucked up without not having a schedule the last few months. My sleep is so bad. We're not going to talk about that too much today. Anyway, so there are games on the list that I want to play, right? Obviously, like I play like Tuki, Marvel Rivals stuff just for fun or whatever, right? Obviously, I yap because like I can't fucking keep my mouth shut, right? So I'm sure there will be like yapping, there will be tier lists, there will be whatever the hell I want to talk about in between, right? But there is stuff on the log to play that I want to play, right? Like I have Animal Well in my Steam library. Haven't touched it. I don't know anything about the game except as Metroidvania because I've avoided all spoilers. I wanted to play it for a bit, and I want to do it on stream at this point. I just haven't gotten around to it, right? Also, sequel to one of my favorite games, Ender Lilies, which is another Metroidvania. A sequel to that came out called Ender Magnolia. I bought it, been in my library, haven't played it, so I want to do that. There's also a few other games in my library kind of like that I kind of want to play, but those are really the two big ones. Also, as we know here, I'm a really huge Pokemon fan, right? And next year, right, Pokemon Day in February is the 30th anniversary of the Pokemon franchise, right? And I know for a fact in my heart of hearts, with every fiber of my being, you could kill me if I'm wrong, right? I know that they are going to be announcing Gen 10, the next big mainline games on that day, right? It's been several years since Scarlet and Violet came out. It's been a bit. They've had time to, had their stuff. They've done games in between, right? They've got Legend ZA coming out later this year. Pokemon Champions in development. The TCG Pocket has been around for about half a year now. They had just some other stuff in between. So they've got stuff, right? They've done their stuff. Gen 10 is absolutely coming out on the 30th anniversary of Pokemon Day, right? So in order for that, I did this like on stream, like I started on stream a month ago. There's no VOD for that. It's lost to time. So I'm probably just going to restart it because I didn't get far. But I want to kind of do like a Nuzlocke through all of the mainline like Pokemon games, like one game from each gen. So I'll probably do like a Pokemon Yellow Nuzlocke, Pokemon Crystal Nuzlocke, Emerald, Platinum, blah, blah, so on and so forth, right? And I'll probably do it with ROM hacks just to increase the challenge level a bit and some quality of life stuff. Not like ROM hacks like that are crazy hard, right? Because I don't want to like, I might be a Nuzlocke player, but I'm not going to sit here and torture myself until then, right? But I'm thinking like if I'm going to do like every single generation and do all that stuff, I might as well get started with that soon, because I don't want to start that challenge, in like November and be like, guys, I'm going to Nuzlocke every game. It's November. I need to be done by February, and I've got a job and I've got college on top of everything. Like, fucking unrealistic, right? That's just so unrealistic. So I need to start that relatively soon if I want to get through that, because yeah, life is busy. So anyway, I kind of just turned on stream having no idea what I wanted to do today. That's why I kind of just put Variety Day in the title, because who knows, right? I'm kind of in a yapping mood. I spent all weekend talking to old people, and by talking to old people, more like listening to old people talk and not releasing much of anything myself, because that's just how it is. So I kind of want to yap. I have no idea what I want to yap about. You know what? I do know what I want to yap about. We will play games later in the stream. I guarantee you that. Of course, I've got my Marvel Rivals. I need to do my daily stuff, right? My daily little quests. I'm probably play some Yumituki, whether it's right now or like a late night stream or whatever. I'll probably do that. And I might get started on either the Pokemon Challenge or Animal Well or something like that. But for right now, I do want to yap. It's just the mood. And I actually like was thinking about this in the shower earlier today. Alright, let's look at this. Alright, here we go. I've got this pulled up over here on the side. Yeah, that should be everything. What is coming into my headphones? Oh, it's Dolphin Shoals. Okay. I was like, whoa, the music from my headphones got so much louder over there. And it's just more intense. Alright. Let's add a row below. Alright, let me switch over here on the screen so we can look at this. Alright. This is what I want to yap about right now. The Pokemon types, right? I saw a video on this, like, I was driving back and I was listening to just YouTube videos on the way from being out of town. And there was a video that auto-played about, like, talking about the Pokemon types and, like, which is the best, which is the worst, and the combinations of types that are really good and not, right? And for the most part, I was like, you know what, like, I think I can agree with you on some of these things, but there were some of them where I'm like, yeah, like, I just don't think so, right? I just genuinely do not think that they're right, okay? So I'll probably go through this. I'll probably just go down the list here, right? Thinking. Yeah, I'll probably edit the list at the very end, because I'm sure I'll place some in like tiers where they don't necessarily belong in. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started, right? So let's see, what's the criteria for this? I think the criteria obviously is like how good or bad is this type on its own, right? What is it weak to? Excuse me. What is it weak to? What is it good against, right? And then we'll take into account, like, what are the moves of this type? Like, does this type necessarily have good moves and stuff like that? That'll probably be less impactful. Overall, like, the biggest thing is, defensively, what are you good against? Offensively, what are you good against, right? That's probably the biggest thing. I might not take, like, what Pokemon have this type, right? Because, like, Genesect is a Pokemon with a bug type. Genesect's a really good Pokemon. That doesn't mean the bug type's a really good type, it just means Genesect has really crazy stats and moves, right? That's external factors, right? So we're not going to count that. So let's go ahead and start with the bug type in the D tier. Bug type is kind of the punching bag a lot of the time, right? Very, very frail defensively, right? You are weak to, like, flying, fire, rocks, which is a big one, right? If you're playing singles, you're weak to stealth rock, which is really bad, right? Bug type moves aren't always the greatest, but they can be very impactful, right? What is the one? Well, I'm sure I'll figure it out later. Anyway, they can be very impactful, right? You've got, like, little bug type moves that aren't, like, very huge or anything, like bug bite or whatever, right? But some really big ones, right? Sticky web is a huge one. That is, like, probably, in my opinion, like, one of the top 2, like, field hazards, right? Just lowering speed on switching is crazy, right? U-turn, one of the best moves in the game, and a fantastic move for any Pokemon to have. Bug type, right? Things like Pollen Puff, fantastic attacking move and really great in VGC where you can also heal your ally, right? It's like, it has some really fantastic moves, but it's very polarizing versus, like, which one is really good and which one is pretty bad, right? So yeah. It avoids the F tier though, because it has those good moves, and on top of having those good moves, the defensive benefits are actually pretty decent sometimes, right? You resist ground and you resist fighting, which are actually two pretty big resistances that you can have on a type, that actually make it really, really useful in some instances, right? So yeah, very good. Next up is the dark type, and I would put the dark type up here in the A tier, right? Defensively, it's pretty decent, right? You resist Ghost, which is really, really good resist to have because Ghost is so prominent, right? You're also completely immune to Psychic, which is, it's always nice to have an immunity, despite the fact that Psychic is a type that's coming up less and less. You are weak to Bug, which is, like, kind of not a great thing to be weak to U-turn like that. But most of the time doesn't come up too much. You're weak to fighting, which is honestly and Fairy is a really big one. Being weak to fighting is pretty bad, but being weak to Fairy really kind of hinders you a lot, which is probably the main thing that keeps it out of the S tier, right? Obviously, fantastic with moves like Knockoff or Snarl, Foul Play, Sucker Punch, things like that make it really, really good. Taunt. So it'll be in the A tier, but it's really held back from that S tier by the limiter just not being very good against fairy types, right? Dragon type is up next, and Dragon is kind of has fallen off in later games, still pretty decent, but probably in the B tier, right? It's nice to have resistances to the elemental types, which makes it pretty versatile in what you can kind of use yourself against, but being weak to fairy and being completely can do nothing against fairy makes it pretty bad. Also, Dragon type as moves, really good Dragon Dance, really good Draco Meteor, but besides that, you really only get really fantastic Dragon moves when they are signatures, and aside from that, like, your basic, like, special and physical moves aren't anything noteworthy for the Dragon type, right? Just overall, I think that's enough to really say about the Dragon type. It's like weak to itself, which is, don't have really much to say on the Dragon type particularly. Weak to Ice Ice is great offensively, so it's just kind of, it sucks. It probably keeps it out of the A tier is probably the weakness to Fairy, and Fairy being immune to dragons is the biggest thing. But what keeps it at a C tier is having great resistances against the elemental types, and just generally being neutrally strong against many things. Electric is up next, and it is just a little bit worse than a dragon type, I would say, right? Ground type is immune to you, which is really damning. You're also weak to ground type, is pretty damning, right? Your super effective coverage is pretty limited and only hitting like water and flying, right? You're generally decently neutral hitting for most stuff though, which is alright. The thing that really kind of holds electric back from the A tier is that it kind of relies on signature moves, very similar to the dragon type, right? Thunderbolt is obviously good, but that's like the best, like widely available electric move, right? Physical electric types, if you don't have a signature move, you're fucked, right? And that's just plain and simple, that's just it, right? Special electric types, you are either using Thunderbolt or a signature move, it's not great, right? You have moves like Thunder Wave, which are really good. Things like Electro Web can be really great, and doubles, stuff like that can be really good, but it's just kind of not as prominent as those upper tier types. Fairy is going to be our first S tier of the video, and probably the overall best type in the game. Extremely powerful offensively, hitting some really important types for neutral or super effective damage, right? You have a great resistance and only 2 weaknesses, which are things that can be pretty easily handled, both steel and poison, which with the prominence of ground types, fire types can be really easy to subdue. So yeah, it is just a really good type. It has really good type synergy as well. Basically anything you pair the fairy type with will just be a better type in and of itself by having fairy attached to it, as opposed to like if you slap another type on something, like if you combine like rock or bug with another type, most of the time it probably won't be as good. But fairy is something you can probably slap on anything and it will just be better because fairy is just such a good type, right? Fighting is up next. And this is probably going to go in also in the low A tier, right? Sorry, my nose is really itchy these days because of when we are out of town. You're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and I was in the grass and forests and trees and stuff, and it was really bad for my allergies, so my nose has been very itchy the last few days. Anyway, fighting type. Weakness to fairy is what keeps it low in the A tier. Really damning, right? That's like the biggest thing. However, offensive wise, it is just fantastic. Also, the lack of special moves probably keeps it low as well. Special fighting types just really, unfortunately, if you don't have a signature move, you are probably floundering most of the time, not doing as well. Luckily, fighting types are mostly physical, however, and they excel. They have fantastic offense. Things like close combat are just fantastic, and it is used as wide coverage on a lot of different things. You also have great utility stuff, whether it is like power up punch or drain punch. Focus Blast is used on adds coverage on a lot of special attackers. You also have pretty good status moves with things like detect and coaching, things like that make it pretty decent and bump it up from the B tier just with its pure like offensive power and utility. Very good for hitting a lot of stuff either super effectively or neutrally. Also being good against steel types also gives a boost because steel is also a very prominent and powerful type, right? Next up is fire. Fire type always kind of just seems like a alright type, you know? Just generally powerful, right? It's got good offenses, has its weaknesses defensively. Water and ground weakness is like not the greatest thing to have, but being good against like like ice and steel are nice, and resisting fairy is really big, so it's just pretty decent all around, and I don't really have too much to say about it. It's got decent moves on the physical side and great moves on the special side with flamethrower, fire blast, stuff like that. Utility moves with like Sunny Day and Will-O-Wisp are good, so yeah, it's just pretty solid all around, but nothing too noteworthy to move it up or down. Flying is next, and this one's a bit kind of hard to really kind of place. I'd probably also put this here in the B tier. It's good, and it has some great moves like Tailwind or Acrobatics, Bleak Wind Storm, stuff like that, right? but at the same time, it's not fantastic, right? There's not actually a lot of flying type damaging moves that are really fantastic unless they're signatures, right? If you think of like your special moves, you either have Air Slash or Hurricane, right? Which one comes with inaccuracy unless in rain, or the other one is just low base power, right? You think of the flying physical moves, right? Unless you get a signature move, you're stuck with stuff like Bounce or Fly, which are 2 turns, which are not good. Or you can maybe get away with like Air Lace or Dual Wing Beat if you're lucky. Dual Wing Beat is good. But getting acrobatics is really your best bet most of the time, right? So flying damaging moves are really what holds this thing back from being up higher. Your immunity to ground and levitating above spikes and everything is really, really fantastic, but just not what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. Anyway, not having the damaging moves that you want on a flying type really hurts the type overall. Ghost type, probably the pinnacle of our A tier. Immunities to normal's good, but fighting is very good. You hit neutrally for so much in the game. Very good, just solid damaging moves all around. Thing that can really keep us at S tier. Its physical damaging moves are really not that fantastic. There's not a lot of good ones there, and kind of limited in distribution. And your special move is 80 base power. You don't really have a lot higher than that unless you've got a signature move. But it's just so good in spite of all that it gets an A tier, right? The dark type really keeps us in check, and those two types have really risen in prominence over this last few generations. It feels like every single generation, these two move up just a little bit, right? If you asked me, like in Gen 4, Ghost, like Dark was probably like a C tier type, and Ghost was probably like still like upper tier in singles because you can hazard block rapid spin, but probably like in doubles, probably like here like C or B, right? And especially as generations go by, you know, it keeps on going up and up. You know, in Gen 5, like not really too much change there, but there's some, you know, good dark types introduced that move dark up a little bit. Gen 6 removes Steel's new resistance to dark and ghost, which moves it up a bunch, and then every time since then there's just been more Pokemon with these types and more moves introduced and mechanics introduced with these types that just make them better and better, right? Dark immunity to Prankster, getting knockoff and getting like Incineroar, Ghost getting having its immunities not being resisted by Steel, getting things like Calyrex, Shadow, and Flutter Mane. Like, it's just, yeah, they just get better and better and better. Yeah. Grass here, this one's a hard type to place, in my opinion. I'd probably actually put it very bottom of A tier. I think a lot of people who kind of just play the game casually and don't really understand certain things will see the grass as like kind of around with Bug, or maybe like here in the C tier, where it's just not as good, right? It's like they think it's kind of weak defensively, doesn't really have too much offensively, right? But it's very important because it hits ground and water for super effective damage, which are two very big types to hit super effectively, right? You have decent resistances despite your weakness to stuff like fire and flying. You've got resistances to ground, resistances to electric, which are pretty big because those are very big offensive types, right? Also, grass in combination with other types makes for pretty good defensive types, right? If like your grass steals, grass poisons and stuff, right? That's why even pure grass can be good defensively. Why you have the prominence of Rillaboom, prominence of Amoonguss and stuff like that, right? Grass is a very volatile type, right? Because it either has really good matchups or really bad matchups, and you have to position correctly with it. But it's a very useful type. Has good moves both offensively and defensively for both types, right? Special grass is obviously better most of the time, right? Where you have things like Energy Ball, Giga Drain, Solar Beam if you want Sun, whatever, right? But physical grass is not really too bad either, when you have stuff like Power Whip, Petal Blizzard, Grassy Glide, and then defensively you have Spore, and that's really the only thing I really need to say. They've got other stuff as well, but like Spore is the biggest one, right? Moving on the ground, And I actually would say ground is an S tier type. Most people would probably put this as an A tier type. It's maybe a little bit of personal bias because ground is my favorite type. But I do believe ground is a low S tier type. Fantastic defensively and so good offensively. It really feels like the complete package, right? You're obviously weak to grass, ice, water, which are pretty big things to be weak to, right? But the fact that you are electrics, you are super effective coverage against electric and also immune to electric is really important, right? You also have you are also super effective against steel, which is very important. Good checks against fire, and generally have good matchup into a lot of fairies against their dual types, right? You think of stuff like in the past Mega Mawile and nowadays Zashi and Crown. Also good against poison types, which is good to check because poison types are aiming to take out fairy types, right? So if you are protecting the fairies on your team, right? Anyway, I just think it's really good. Has really great moves both offensively and defensively, like Earthquake, tried and true Earthquake. Earth Power on the special side is so good, right? And then Spikes as utility, like it's just good, right? Ice is probably gonna be our first C tier. I think people like rag on its defense. They're like, oh, like Ice type is so fucking bad defensively, dude. Like it's just so weak, blah. But it's like, dude, it's so powerful offensively, and that really like offsets it. You know, like obviously horrendously weak defensively, right? Like you are weak to fighting, fire, rock, steel, like basically like everything in the book, right? You have no resistances except yourself, so even like a bug type could come in and probably smack you in the face and put you down. Like you just don't really have anything defensively, right? Which is why I feel so bad for Pokemon like Avalugg. Like I love him and his design, but like he's just so atrocious, right? But like offensively it's so good, right? Hitting grounds for super effective is huge. You have drag for super effective, which is pretty big. Grass, of course, and flying are also pretty big ones, right? Like it's pretty big. And you also have moves like freeze dry, which can hit waters, which is like a huge one, right? Like that move is like if you get freeze dry, that's a massive plus, right? It's just kind of balanced out by having fantastic offenses, poor defenses, so it puts it in C tier, right? Normal's up next. And I'm gonna be real with you, normal really like fell off. It's just fallen off so much, right? Like early generations, you put in a normal type, I'm like, yeah, it's just the mid-tier type, right? It is normal, right? That's just how it is. It's got a lot of different types of moves. It get used as a lot of neutral coverage, right? When you have moves like Return that Pokemon just use because it has power, right? Or moves like Protect and Fake Out because they're just utility-wise very good, right? But as the series goes on and they remove moves like Return and more Pokemon come out and normal types are just feeling worse and worse, it's like I don't know, like whereas once I probably would have put it at the bottom of B or the top of C, like nowadays I feel like it's kind of like here in the D tier, you know? Like it's not defensively so bad that it'd be like into the bug type, right? But like and ghost immunity is probably what keeps it above the bug type, to be honest. That's like the only thing that keeps it above the bug type. But it's like besides the ghost immunity, it's like you ain't got nothing. You're weak to fighting, which is pretty prominent, and you don't really have any other resistances. Steel types and rock types resist you. I mean, the steel type one is the biggest thing. I mean, like, I don't know. That's like pretty detrimental. And basically everything you used to be able to do with the normal type is kind of branching out and you can do with other types now, right? Poison type's up next, and this is actually also going to go in the C tier. Several generations ago, probably would put this in the D or F tier, right? Which is kind of a really bad type for the longest time. It's like you're weak to ground and you really don't do anything that another type can't do, right? You beat grass types, but like you could do that with a flying type or an ice type or a bug type, you know? So it's like it had nothing really on its own merit. But as soon as fairy types introduced, now you hit fairy super effectively. You're one of the only things that hit fairy super effectively. Instantly shot up from out of those lower tiers into here, right? Obviously, that's like your only niche. Steel is completely immune to you, it holds you back, right? So like you can't place too high on the list, right? Especially when stuff like Ghost also resists you, right? So, and that's also a high tier type, so it's balanced out a bit like that. But overall good. You've got moves like Toxic and Toxic Spikes, which can be good. Things like Sludge Bomb and Poison Jab are good as coverage to hit those fairy types, but ultimately just kind of a C tier type. Psychic is up next, and I will say this, and I will die on this hill. I currently think Psychic is the worst type in the game. Which is crazy, because it used to be the #1 type in Gen 1, right? It was just the best, and like, no questions asked. Same thing with like normal type. They've fallen off so hard since Gen 1. It's actually crazy, right? And I think Psychic's downfall kind of started in Gen 6, right? When the Fairy type was introduced, right? In Gen 6, right? Steel lost its resistance to Ghost and Dark, which make Ghost and Dark types even better. Obviously, things that Psychic is weak to, which makes Psychic worse, right? Bug is good against Dark, so the prominence of Dark types means Bug types also get a little bit better, because they can counter the Dark types. But Psychic is also weak to Bug, which makes Psychic even worse, right? And then you get the Fairy types. And it feels like there's no reason to run a Psychic type if you have a Fairy type, right? It feels like Fairy types just do everything that Psychics can do better. They learn, like, basically all the Psychic moves that Psychic types get, but they also have a way better type. They have way better moves on top of, they get Fairy moves on top of it, right? Better matchups and stuff like that. And it's like, what can Psychic do? What can Psychic do besides be weak to Ghost, Dark, and Bug, right? It hits fighting super effectively. Well, what also hits fighting super effectively? It's Fairy. Fairy hits fighting super effectively. So Fairy just straight up outclasses it, right? Obviously, like, Fairies don't hit poison for super effective damage, but poison is a low enough type that it can be countered really easily by a ground type, right? And ground's a way better type anyway, so it's like, why not just have a ground type? Every team needs a ground type. So, like, come on. So Psychic just feels so outclassed by literally the best type in the game. On top of that, like, your Dark is completely immune to you. You're weak to so much happening. Like, things like Steel resist you, and you don't really hit much else for super effective. Like, it just honestly feels like the worst type. Like, even Bug type has some stuff like Sticky Webs, Pollen Puff, things like that that are decent, and has a ground and fighting resistance, which makes it pretty good in some instances, right? But Psychic, like, you got a fighting resistance. That's all you got, right? Even Bug has one more resistance over you. Like, come on. So, yeah. Rock type, up next. This one's probably here. Low bottom of C tier. Bottom of C tier, probably the rock type. It's like, I don't know. It's crazy because most rock types are built to be defensive, right? And it's just really not a defensive type. Honestly, like, you're weak to ground, water, fighting, grass. Like, those are pretty prominent types, you know? And rock is pretty good offensively, right? When you hit stuff like ice and flank for super effective damage, obviously having stealth rock as a move gets it at a D tier alone, right? Stealth rock is just crazy. But, like, honestly, and you hit a lot of things neutrally, right? Like, it's generally, like, pretty good offensively, so it's like, I don't know, it kind of gets held back by being used as a defensive type most of the time. It's like the only defensive rock type that's really succeeded a whole lot, like Garganical, really good, but also Garganical is kind of carried by a crazy ability and a busted signature move, right? If it didn't have those, it would definitely not be, you know, OU where it is, right? Obviously, rock types are prominent in older generations when you've got stuff like T-Tar who's going crazy, but that's really off the back of, you know, pseudo-legendary with Sandstream, right? Because, like, Golem is pretty good in Gen 1 and 2, but then it kind of falls off and doesn't do really anything in later generations, right? I'm talking about competitive, right? Not in a playthrough. Golem is good in playthrough. But yeah, rock also just feels super heavily outclassed by the steel type, right? Kind of just the upgrade. They both kind of get used defense type, but steel just is much better. It has so many resistances that it's just kind of, I would be a pain to name them all. The only thing that keeps it in check is being weak to, like, ground, fighting, fire. But even that can't do it because it's offset by the fact that you resist fairy and hit it super effectively. And hitting the most important type, the best type in the game super effectively, and you're one of the only two to do that, is pretty huge, right? On top of that, when you've also got resistances to ice, immunity to poison is good. Like, it's just generally a fantastic type, right? Offensively, like, offensive moves are, like, pretty decent on it, right? You got, like, flash cannon, or you got, like, iron head, which are, like, they're fine, right? Nothing crazy, but it's really in the defensive with where steel type excels, right? And then finally, water. I'd say this is probably an also S tier type in between here, steel and ground. right? Defensively, only weak to grass and electric is really good, right? Because those are types can be covered pretty relatively easily, right? Like every team's got a ground type, so like you already cover electric, right? But so like defense is really good. You've got resistance to some important stuff like ice. Having a resistance to ice is pretty good because ice is super good offensively, right? You also just neutral to a lot of stuff, hit a lot of stuff neutrally or super effectively, right? Yeah, it's just generally good overall. It's got good moves on both the offensive and defensive side, which kind of like really makes it really good, right? Where you have electric moves that it's like you get Thunderbolt or you better have a signature move. And if you're a physical electric type, you know, good fucking luck. But with water, it's like, oh yeah, you got Waterfall or Liquidation, or you know, you got Aqua Jet for priority, or if you want Surf or Scald or Hydro Pump or like anything, you know, like it's got a lot of different moves for you to choose from and use. Also pairs really well with a lot of stuff. I haven't really talked much about dual types, but like all of these top S tier types are types that you can pair with another type really well, right? You could stick Fairy on anything and it would instantly make it a better Pokemon, right? And same thing for most of these types. You could probably put Steel, Water, or Ground on most types and it would probably just make it instantly a better Pokemon, right? Regardless of what type it is, right? I'm trying to look at the type chart, but I don't think there's anything you stick anything off and it makes it worse. Maybe like Ground Rock, obviously, because you just make 4 times weaknesses to water and grass, right? But like I feel like everything you can just stick on and it just makes it a better type. I feel like that really signifies them as S tier types, right? Anyway, that's my yapping on that. I felt like yapping there for a little bit about this because yeah, I think a lot of people are talking about like how like Ice, Bug, Rock are like the worst types in the game, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, Psychic just feels like the absolute like worst. I just can't get over it. Like Psychic actually feels so bad. You know what? Where's Pokemon Showdown? How many Psychic types are in OU right now, right? If I go here to OU, right, I look through, right, you've got Hatterene, right, Psychic Fairy though, you're paired with Fairy, right, which is the best type in the game, so obviously, right, Iron Crown, okay, that's fair. You're also paired with Steel type though, the second best type in the game. So it's like, you know, both of these are being carried by both the best and second best types in the entire damn game. Also, using Iron Crown, like, you might use a Psychic move on it sometimes, right? If you play like Assault Vest Iron Crown, but it's like not much, right? What else is in here, right? And then you've got a Slowking Galar, and I'll give you this one. Slowking Galar is a good Pokemon, but I think that's really off the back of its Poison type because you can counter stuff like what is it, like Iron Valiant, right? And also has Regenerator, which makes it fantastic, right? I think it's really off the back of those things, not necessarily the fact that it's Psychic, right? Moving down from there, it's like those are your only Psychic types in OU, right? But if you look in OU, it's like Water, Fairy, Steel, Fairy, Ghost. Like you've like so many of these other ones that are super top tier up in here, right? And obviously Bug doesn't have as many representatives up here. You've only got Araquanid, right? But Araquanid is a like crazy like good Pokemon as opposed to some of these other guys, right? Moving down, right, where you're in UU, the king of UU is Low-Kicks, right? Bug Dark, Psychic types, like you gotta be Latios or Metagross to be here in UU, right? There's Pokemon that are like legendary, pseudo legendary, sitting here in UU, when even a bug type like Araquanid is sitting up here in OU, and that's not anything like that. It has 454 base stat, right? It's obviously paired with water, but it's like, you know, but it really uses its bug type for its advantage. Obviously water, like with water bug was crazy, but I don't know. All I'm trying to say is that Psychic really just doesn't feel that great. Anyway, so that's it. I always save these types, and I always save those to make sure I have my, I don't know, just have the results all saved. Anyway, okay. Well, that's that. That's my little yapping. Anyway, well, now the question is, what do I want to actually play now, right? It is 2 p.m. You know what, Chaddington? We will take a look at my calendar real quick to see how much time I can actually stream for today. Okay, so... Okay, actually, I have to leave the house at like 5:30-ish, kind of. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I've got plenty of time to stream. So let's see what we want to do today. You know what? I talked earlier that I might get started on the Pokemon Nuzlocke kind of challenge thingy, and you know what? I think that's what I might actually just straight up do, right? Yeah, I think that sounds good. So I'm actually gonna go ahead. Let me change the titles of the stream and everything, right? So I'm not streaming myself and actually giving out the right information, right? There we go. You know what? Should we make a thumbnail for this? Maybe I'll make it here. We'll actually do this. Let me minimize this. Let's bring up MS Paint, right? Bring this over here. Here we go. Oh. Hello? Why is this not showing MS Paint? Oh, okay, whatever. Photoshop display capture for this, I don't care. I don't care. Alright, let's... Oh, let me actually turn this off when I go into my files here real quick. Let's open a thumbnail, right? Go to pictures and camera roll. What's a stupid picture of me? Here's a stupid picture of me. Let's open this. Alright. Turn this back on. Alright, look how awful this is. Oh, this is horrendous. Okay, now we'll go here, file, import to canvas from a file, and we'll grab a picture. So we're obviously starting with Pokemon Yellow, right? So let's go ahead and pull up a picture of Pokemon Yellow. Oh, this is so stupid. This is bad. Okay, we'll put that here. Here. I was gonna put it on my forehead, but I feel like that'd make it too small. Okay, we'll put it here. And then we will also add a picture of, I guess, Pokemon Crystal. That's a little too small, right? We'll do this, and we'll put it down here. And then I guess we can also get a, what's next? Emerald. And I want to make this one really wide. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. Yeah. I think that's a fantastic thumbnail. Okay. We'll file, save as a PNG, and we're just gonna put this here into yeah. Oops, that's all the thumbnails. Okay, we'll just put it in here. Okay, there we go. That's the very awesome thumbnail. Fantastic. All right. Go ahead and close this out. Okay, now I'll come over here and I'll update the titles. All right. Replace this thumbnail with it looks so stupid. Oh my god, it actually looks so dumb. All right, let's go over to Twitch here real quick where I'm at, and I'll switch over my my category to Pokemon Yellow. Alright, done, updated. Alright. There we go. That's settled. Alright, let's actually open up these game files now and get the stuff loaded, right? Load up my GBA over here. Pull that up. Alright. Here we go, and I'm gonna pause the music. Because now that we're actually playing something, let me put my headphones on, make sure this game volume isn't going to be absurdly loud, and let's just go ahead and start. Load ROM, Pokemon Yellow Legacy. I forgot about that. I forgot about that little Pikachu, like, bit crushed noise. Oh god. Okay. What buttons was I using here? Okay. This is so loud in my headphones. Okay. Alright. Volume feels a bit better. Holy moly. It's actually kind of loud. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Where am I? Oh, am I in Pewter City? Oh, I am in Pewter City. Okay. What Pokemon do I have? Yeah, this is... Okay, so here's the thing, right? Can I go back to a save state? What is my save state button, right? Emulation. No, tools. Settings, here we go. Settings, gameplay, or keyboard, here we go, keyboard. Shortcuts. So my fast forward is shift plus tab, I guess? I don't really know. How the hell do I look at save states? Here. Okay, load is F10. Okay, here's the save state list, right? So I saved this right before I left Pallet Town, right? This is probably what I'm going to go back to right now, just to restart where I'm at, because... yeah, I feel like we're just going to go ahead and restart this challenge, right? So, the Nuzlocke through everything, right? We're just going to go typical Nuzlocke fashion, right? Catch your first encounter. If it faints, it's dead. Nickname all of them. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go hardcore stuff, right? I may or may not do like no healing items in battle. We'll see. But I probably won't go hardcore or else this challenge might take forever, right? So, anyway, let's go back here. So, let's talk real quick. So this is Emerald, Yellow Legacy, made by Smith Plays Pokemon his team, right? Just kind of an enhanced version of Pokemon Yellow, so it feels a little bit fresh to play. The biggest thing is that Brock feels a little bit more challenging in this version, and I need to get a grass or Mankey encounter on Route 26, or a grass type encounter. Or else I'm actually just boned on Brock's gym, because my starter is an electric type and his ground types just ruin me, right? Let me turn on the run counter here and actually go ahead and edit the text. There we go. Alright, run one. Alright. So yeah, I need a Grouse or Mankey encounter in order to beat Brock. So that's why we're kind of restarting, because I did not get that when I was there already. So we're just going to go ahead and aim for those. Anyway. I should also check. Do I have... Okay, I do not have Pokeballs. Convenient shop, so please visit us in Viridian City. Here you go. Oh, my speed up button is space. Okay. Okay, I don't have Pokeballs, which means I can't really get encounters right now. Okay, so first, this is the Mart. No, this is Center. Okay. Here we go. Here's Mart. Yes. Okay. And then I also need to come here. Ugh, I can't buy balls yet. Okay. Okay, well here's a battle. Can't catch because I don't have balls, so I will just get, you know, XP, right? Alright. Alright, there we go. Alright, master all the text. Alright, we have Pokeballs. Don't we? No, that's just potions. I don't have balls. Okay, never mind. I don't have Pokeballs yet. Okay, so I can't get an encounter yet because I don't have balls. Okay. And I need the Mankey encounter or a grass encounter in Viridian Forest in order to beat Brock for this ROM hack. Let's see. Okay, so I should be able to actually buy balls now. Hello there. Buy. Okay, balls. We'll take 7. 7 feels like a good number. I like that number. Okay. Alright. So let's go see, first things first, I need to see if we can get the Mankey from here. I know there's a rival battle up here, so I kind of don't want to trigger that yet until I get my encounter. Alright, fingers crossed, Mankey. Okay, that's not very good. Well, I mean, good for later in the game, but not great for right now. Alright, we'll Thundershot. Please don't kill. Okay, good. Hit it low. Awesome, and then we will item, Pokeball to catch. Alright, cool. Yes, we give a nickname here. Let's see, Nidoran. Fiend. You can be Fiend. Okay, well that's our route encounter there. So, oh, that's a catching tutorial, okay. Okay, see you later, man. Alright. Okay, next route, yes. Route 2. Okay, so I can get an encounter here. Okay, let's see what our encounter could be here. Pidgey, okay. Not the best. Okay, I would much rather have a Spearow, but I don't know if Spearows are on Route 1. I probably should have documentation open it, but I kind of want to do a blind Nuzlocke. Pidgey, you can be Stink. Alright. Okay, this is my last hope for an encounter, or else we will have to restart from safety. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot to talk about this. So, the way this is going to work, after each gym, we will make a save state, right? And that will be our reset. So if we lose our Nuzlocke or something happens, we'll reset back to a previous save state, not necessarily start of the whole game, because going through 9+ games to do all that would be unbelievable. Anyway, grass type encounter please, grass type encounter please. Okay, not very good for me, but it's actually okay. Cause that's, Butterfree is a decent encounter for early game. Okay, maybe I can make this work. Okay, I actually have to weaken you. What do we nickname you? You're gonna turn into a Butterfree. There you go. Okay. Well, that's not the worst encounter. But unfortunately, I don't have grass types or a Mankey, so this Brock actually will be kind of annoying. I'll have to see if I can cheese it. Basically, you have to... Whoa, what's the level cap for Brock? I really should have the documentation open for this. I'll have to see... Yeah, because I'm just gonna have to cheese it with, like, probably, like, sleep powder. If depending on when Butterfree learns it. Sleep powder, poison powder, and then just kind of cheese it like that. Because unfortunately, Pikachu's weak to ground. My Pidgey's weak to rock. I didn't get a Route 1 encounter, actually. So let's go get a Route 1 encounter. Dupe's Claws. Oh, I really should have done this first, actually, to get Dupe's Claws, so I wouldn't get a Pidgey on a later route. Unfortunate. Alright, Rattata, it's you. I'm gonna name you... Let's see. Does the hamster that does the hamster dance song have a name? I don't know. You will actually just be Remy. Yeah. That's a fine enough name. Alright, so that's a Route 1, 26, 2 Viridian Forest encounter. Alright, so I think that's all my encounters I can get, really. Until I beat the first gym. Because unless... No, there should not be any grass here in Viridian City, and there shouldn't be any grass inside Pewter City either. So I'm just gonna have to actually do training. Let's actually do some level training for Viridian Forest, and then we can do the rival battle there on Route 26, yeah? Because I don't want to... Because I think last time I started this challenge, I managed to lose to that blue encounter there, because I forgot there was a rival battle there. And I was just trying to get an encounter. Alright. I'm just gonna, like, speed up the game a lot. Okay, and here, actually, we'll switch to Stink. So Stink can use Gust and take this guy out. Yeah, get some XP. And then I will do more switch training to Stink. Alright, there we go. And then I need to go heal now. Oh. Uh-oh, that was poison. Wasn't it? Well, I should have been paying a little bit more attention. Let's just go ahead and do that, just to keep you alive until I hit a... That is affecting Stink, yes? Or is that my Pikachu? I think that's Pikachu. Because that probably just took it to 18 HP, didn't it? Yes, okay, that is my Pikachu. Well, I just wasted a potion on that Pidgey for no reason. It's like 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah. Okay, made it. Alright. Okay. Maybe I should not speed up through every little bit of text. Also, because the speed up is very fast. Run it around. And I, should also probably buy an antidote just in case of things like that, yeah? That's a great idea. So we're actually gonna go buy an antidote, so I don't have to deal with that again. We will buy probably 3 antidotes, yes? Did I just not buy those? Oh, I want 3. God, okay, I'm impatient as shit. Holy shit. There we go. Hello. Spear would have been nice. There we go. Thunder Wave. Alright, that's good. Because Spearow, it feels like a much better encounter than Pidgey. But you know, it is what it is. Okay, nothing up there actually. I should probably just grind Pikachu a bunch. See, I wish I could have had this Mankey encounter. Would have been really awesome. Level 9. Alright. Okay, not missing too much HP. So now I'm probably going to switch to you and then do some switch grinding with Pikachu. Alright, Pokemon, switch. You know what? No, yeah, we'll switch with Pikachu, do switch grinding with Pikachu. And just keep doing that. Alright, level 4. I could play this challenge with rare candies, but I don't know. I kind of want the full experience of having to play the game and grind, because I'm already doing a lot by having it playing ROM hacks and using speed up and stuff. So, yeah, I don't want to go all the way and just rare candy it, because I'm not... If I was doing something like Emerald Kaizo or Run and Bun or something like that, things that are really hard like that, yeah, I would. But I'm taking my time with this challenge. So I got Leer and Tackle. Alright. We go and heal once again. Speed up is so fast. It actually feels like instant transmission, like instant teleportation. Here. Tackle. Holy moly. Alright. Level 5. Dun 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 dun. Alright. So 5. The other 2 are level 6. So actually, having the Nidoran male here is nice because I can hopefully get a Nidoking early, right? The Pidgey is, I guess, good as a flyer, but it is what it is. This Metapod is really kind of what I need to bank on for Gym 1. I need a Butterfree to kind of use Spore moves to help me out for Gym 1. Okay, and you only have Tackle Hardship. How much does a Tackle do from you? Was that a crit from me or a crit from them? Oh, my attack fell. Okay. Because I'm preferring to take guys out without having to switch train, but it does put me at risk of losing, you know, a Pokemon if I'm not careful. Are a little bit more annoying because they do tackle and leer stuff, right? But the Nidoran females feel... Okay, let's go heal. The Nidoran females feel a lot easier to fight against because they don't actually deal much damage as opposed to the Nidoran males. Level 7, alright. Alright. And we run back. It actually is just straight up teleportation. I'm actually just spamming buttons at this point. Oh. Okay, this is actually scary. Let's not lose my Metapod there. He actually got me kind of low. I did not want to deal with that. Alright, level 8. Spiro. Okay, this is a definite switch out. Don't want to take a gust and get O-code. There we go. Alright. I'll probably do one more. Alright. I'm close. What level does Metapod evolve at? My gut is saying level 9, but I'm not really sure. Why did I jump that? Oh, Rattata. Oh, this Rattata actually put up a fight. Come on. Alright, level 9. Oh, not evolve. Okay, so it's not level 9, so it's probably like level 12 then, yeah? It could be 10, but like probably level 12. Which means even more on this. Okay, well, let's not get too ahead of myself, because that's 2 level 9s I've got right now, right? We're still going to need Fiend Instinct to level up. And Remy here is only level 2, not really doing much of anything. So he's probably going to need some switch training, yeah? So let's switch him with Fleur. And go do some, you know, let's actually use the rival battle for this. Alright. Level 9. Okay, so we will switch to shit ass here. And then Thunder Shock. 3. Eevee. And then we'll switch to, who needs XP? Probably Fiend, right? Fiend can use Leer. And then we can switch to, I don't know, back to shit ass, right? And use Thunder Wave, right? And then we can Thunder Shock. There we go. Fiend at level 6, alright. And Poison Sting, okay, that's good. And I defeated Stinky. Go heal. Okay, let's actually make sure these moves are kind of switched around, right? Oh, I can only switch around in battle. I forgot. Oops. Okay, well let's just go to Route 2 now. Okay, brother. Come on. Rattata v Rattata. Switch out to shit ass. And then Ran, and then we can switch out to shit ass again. Eugene. Switch out to shit ass. Okay, Remy is level 5. Which means you should be able to do something like with Tail Whip. And tackle. There we go. And you should Tail Whip. And tackle. Fuck. Okay. No. Okay. I'm okay with losing a Rattata. It's not the end of the world for me. But I should definitely been more, oh my god, more careful. Although, should have played around the crit. You know, it is what it is. Alright, where's the PC? Remy. See you later. Alright, well, who's the next then? Who's the next that needs to be trained? Probably. Oh, I need to sneeze. Oh my god. Probably Fiend, right? So switch him with shit ass. Why is my Pikachu freaking out? I guess that's just how he walks. Okay, so we leer. And then we tackle. Hello? Alright, level 7. Then we knitter him in, and we're gonna switch to Stink. And they both went to level 7, which is good. Why does this old man walk in my path every single time I walk up here? You know what? I should talk to NPCs because they might have something to give me. Why should you look at me like that? Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I don't know really why I checked the sign to see if it said anything, because they never really say anything much. Okay, so let's move around some of these moves here. Like, Poison Sting there. Oh, I didn't mean to actually do that. I'll move Poison Sting up here, and then move more attack, I guess, there. Wait. Pokemon, Fiends. Wait, no, I didn't want to switch. I want to stats. I can't read what Hornet Attack does in mid-battle. I don't remember if it's like low accuracy. I think it's multi-hit with low accuracy. I'll just test it, right? Oh no, it's just a move. Okay, it's literally just a move. Okay, well whatever. Then which one is the multi-hit one? Hornet Attack? Well, whatever. Let's just grind out levels. Okay, level 9. Okay, that's good. So who's next for levels? Stink. Stink, you're next for levels. Hello. Come on. There you go. Oddish. Okay, that's good. I really wish Oddish would have been my encounter. It's okay. Stink at level 8. Caterpie is easy. I'm low. Okay, Stink level 9. Alright. Grind out more levels for Stink. Okay, well, come on now. Well, that felt like a waste of a potion because I didn't really want to do the run back. Oh my god. Okay, which one do you use poisoned? 4, 25, and 32. Alright. Okay, now whose HP went down? Okay, yours. Stink's HP went down. Antidote on Stink, because I knew that would happen. Oh wait, it literally says on the right side screen, poison. Oh my god. Okay, well, I may be stupid, but you know. Alright, back to Viridian Force for more level grinding. And you know what, now that those guys are all level 9, the biggest thing to change is now Metapod. I need Metapod to evolve to a Butterfree for Brock. Because despite it being 4 times Rock Week, I think its powder moves are going to be the only way I get through it. Because I did not get the grass or fighting encounters. Oh my god, the fucking poison Poison Stings from them is actually so annoying. The fact that Poison is super effective against Bug is nice, but also not. I just went down there. I didn't need to. Because now my Metapod is actually... No, not you, not you. My Metapod is actually probably would be better with level grinding on Route 2 here instead of Viridian Forest with the amount of poison types in Viridian Forest. Except if I get stuff like that, which is not good regardless. Okay, let's switch into Stink. Oh no, but you're still weak to this. No, we'll switch to Stink. Okay, maybe Route 2 wasn't the right sort of ground. Never mind. XP. What you got here? 152. Okay. Okay. Kakuna probably has Poison Sting because it came from Weedle. So we'll actually switch to Fiend here. Whittle it down, Poison Stings. Pidgey, we'll switch to Shit Ass for these. Okay, never mind. Switch in Stink. There we go. Alright. I've got a Butterfree. And Poison. I've also got Poison. There we go. Alright. So I have a Butterfree, which makes a lot of this feel a lot better. Alright. So Butterfree only has Confusion, doesn't have the pattern moves yet. But, well, let's see, Speed 20, Specials 22. How much do you have? Speed at 25, Special 22, okay. Fiend, what have you got? Attack 15. Stink. Your attack is 14. Okay. You know what? Maybe I open Yellow Legacy documentation separately. Anyway, having a Psychic type move really does help though, because Gen 1 Psychic type moves are really nice. So I'm actually going to switch Confusion up here, also because my special is higher. Come on. I kind of like when I hold it to speed a button how Pikachu spins. The NPCs all spin. It's pretty funny. 11. All the way back to the city to heal. Alright, let's start making our way through Viridian Forest, I guess. Probably should buy some potions, but let me beat some trainers first. Gotta use Weedle. We'll just keep level grinding with Butterfree. Alright. More trainer. Confusion. Leech Life. Yes! Forget Tackle. If I'm getting Leech Life, holy moly. That's nice. Okay, Bug Catcher, but use Caterpie. I'll not switch, I will keep grinding out levels. Okay. I'll switch to Stink so Stink can get a little bit of XP. Okay, nothing down there. Alright, Potion is nice. Oh, hello. You know what? Leech Life. Because Bug types are physical moves, that's the only thing. And my physical stat is not very good with Butterfree. Because I'm assuming this is still doing type-based physical specials instead of, you know, physical special split. Weedle. Alright. There you go. Get item. We switch here probably to Fiend to get some level stuff. What's this Horn Attack give me? Okay, Horn Attack gave me quite a bit. Holy moly. Okay, confusion on this guy, let's see. Oh, he just used Focus Energy, that's not good. Okay, Stink, you're in. Oh, the crit mattered. I think I could sacrifice a Pidgey because I don't want to get rid of any of the other stuff on my team. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to do shit ass here for Thundershock. There we go. Okay. Poison Powder. Yes. Delete. Harden. Metapod. Yes, I will switch to Fleur. Confusion. Jesus Christ, to pincer with Focus Energy was crazy. Okay. Well, that's, okay, let's talk to people. Oh. Managed to get in a battle somehow. Accidentally ran into tall grass. Alright. Computer, is this city? Okay. We're going to go have to say goodbye to Stink. See you later. Because I've been playing super carelessly. That's my bad. Fine. Okay. Deer City, Leader Brock. Can you tell me the level caps in here? I'll tell you what it takes to become a champ. Your chamber, I can see how you know, it might have been good for me if I had a just reset for the Mankey or for the Oddish. Yeah, because thinking of my normal types and my bug types and my ledger type, I do not see myself winning this. If only I could go to the next round and get something. Yeah, and the level cap, still not at it. Okay, what are the levels here? Vulpix. Oh, it would have been nice to have a Vulpix. Not that it would help me on this gym specifically, but it would have been cool to have it. Okay, 14. Learn Stun Spore. I would like to replace String Shot. Okay, now the question is, do I earn any more XP? Or, what is Brock's level cap? Doesn't this run pack have level caps on? Okay, I'm kind of just gonna keep fighting stuff until, you know, I get another level. Yes, sleep powder. Okay, I need to probably take out Stun Spore because Pikachu already has Thunder Wave. I'm still getting XP. What is Brock's level cap at? I don't know. Oh man. You know, I should really use a controller for this. Because having my wrist here at the very edge of my desk on the keyboard is looky uncomfortable. Maybe I hope it. I kind of like thinking I might keep going until I hit a level cap or something, I don't know. Level 16. Am I still earning XP after here? Okay, I am, so I don't think this game is enforcing level caps, as I thought it would. Well, probably means I'm past it now. Well, oh well, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and... Didn't want to hear the bit crunch Pikachu. Let's go ahead and level grind Pikachu. Learn Tail Whip? Kinda don't need that, yeah. If I'm using my special stat to attack. Alright, let's go heal. Leveled up. 13. Okay, I'm 14. Alright. And then finally, Fiend. And then Fiend, I can actually grind and reinforce because Poison Sting is good against most things here. Let's actually do this. Double kick. Holy moly, holy moly, holy moly. Get rid of tackle. Double kick is going to carry me through this gym. Okay, I got to max out Fiend. ASAP. No, no, PP. Or attack. Okay, I gotta go back and heal. Alright. Just rushing through everything. Alright, let's go heal. I got a burn on. Alright, 16. Alright, and evolved. Okay, my Nidorino is what's going to carry me through this gym. Alright. Fiend the Nidorino is going to be our carry. It's got good speed and attack, and double kick. And that's going to be our only hope in this rock type gym. Alright. Alright, this is what I got. And I'm going to avoid these dude. Alright. Alright. Brock, so the goal is we needed to do Brock without any deaths. Our only hope at all is to take out his Pokemon with double kick Nidorino, right? Pikachu will do nothing in this battle. Electric type can do nothing against his rock ground types. Pikachu's only other non-electric move is normal type. Can't do anything against the rock types, right? Butterfree is a last resort. It has sleep powder and confusion, right? So it can do something. It could put them to sleep and then try and use confusion on them while they're asleep, right? So it can do that if all else fails. But it's 4 times Rock Weak, so I don't want to use it. I just want to Nidorino solo. So let's go. Rock type defense and determination. That's why my Pokemon are all the rock type. You still want to challenge me? Fine then. Show me your best. Alright. Brock wants to fight. Alright, Geodude at level 10. Oh, okay, I am way above level cap here. It's okay, I'm not doing hardcore with level caps, but I did, I thought this game had level caps enforced, because I am playing a ROM, but it did not, so I did go over. So we will double kick. Alright, took it down to yellow. Come on. Oh, okay, and only to red, okay. Rock throw, does that lower, no, that's just damage, doesn't lower my speed. Okay, so we are still in the clear. Okay, Geodude is down. Thank God this bro learned double kick. I would have been so wiped if I did not have double kick. Okay. Brock's about to use Onyx. I will not switch Pokemon because I don't have anything else to deal with it. Alright, it's got a lot of defense though. So double kick, how much does it do? Okay, that's like a third. Oh, but it was a crit. Oh, shit. Okay. So this is probably going to take 2 more double kicks. Super effective. Hit the enemy 2 times. Okay, it's using Bite. It's using Bite. Okay. Wait, okay, it didn't directly attack, which means I should be able to take it out before it attacks me. Please kill, please kill. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank God we're through Brock. I did not get any of the encounters I wanted, but the double kick saved me on Nidorino. Okay. Here's the Boulder Badge. Okay. Okay, official Pokemon League badge. I can use Flash. Alright. And got a TM. So will have to use that wisely. Yes. Oh, wait, but it contains Bite, not Rock Throw. Okay, well, I'm not ever using that then. Okay. So, luckily, despite not getting the Oddish or the Mankey encounter, made it through Brock just fine. Alright. So now, what I am going to do from now on, we are going to come over here. You know, I'll do it after stream. I'll probably pull up the Yellow Legacy documentation so I don't go over level cap anymore. Because, yeah, that definitely would have been a much more challenging fight. I was still nervous, because I didn't have anything. If something happened to Nidorino, I wouldn't have anything to do with Brock stuff. But, yeah. Anyway. Alright. New route, new encounter, which means we are going to make a new save state here. Right? How do I save a new save state? Save state. Here we go. We'll save it there and save 2 now that we have passed Gym 1. Alright. Oh, hello, trainer. Okay, so grass isn't until like the far right. Yeah, on this route, right there. Okay. Okay, let's... Oops, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Let's switch. Shit ass to front of party so he can get some XP. Right. And challenge you. Alright. Pidgey. Easy Thunder Shock. Use Pidgey. Okay. Nope. Easy Thunder Shock. And dead. Alright. Just need some experience. Alright. Now for you. Bug Catcher should be easy. Better use Kakuna, I'll take you out, better use Butterfree, and that should be an easy Thunder Shock as well. And you're done. Just trying to learn Double Team. Actually, I will take that, because that can be cheese strats for something. I accidentally just clicked on Thunder Shock, didn't I? Okay, well, that's why we have save states. Anyway. Whoopsies. And you know what? Now that we are here, I actually do also need to save the game. I didn't do that. I haven't saved at all this entire stream. Alright. What time is it? 3 or 4? I've been streaming for a little bit. I might get up and take a pee break soon, because I look-y have to pee. Okay, we'll go back through this. Okay, anyway. Alright, there we go. Try and learn Double Team. Yes, we will delete an old move for Double Team. It will not be Thunder Shock, it will probably be Growl. Alright. And I'll switch his moves next battle, like right here. Alright, so we'll probably switch Thunder Wave, honestly, here. Because that is just too good a move to be all the way at the bottom. Got to use Ekans. I will not switch. I will fight this Ekans. Alright. I'll fight you. Fuck up your Weedle. Gotta use Kakuna, take that out. Gotta use Caterpie, take that out. Gotta use Metapod, take that out. Alright. Alright. Now we'll switch Pokemon. Probably a Fleur at the front of the party. Hello? No. There we go. Okay, and then I want... Come on! Let me get out. Let me get out. Alright, I will go fight you, just to make sure I get every little trainer on this route. Oh, I don't want to fight you with the Butterfree, though. Fight you with Fiend. Do double kick. There you go. Alright, let's go back and heal now that we've beat some trainers. Well, that's the Mart. That's not the Pokemon Center. There's the Pokemon Center. Alright. I'm ready to come back here. And we're gonna take a little break from this. Saved the game. Alright. Well, that's that. We've gone through the first leg of this run. So I'm happy with ending this there for today. Or maybe not for today, but for right now at least. Right? So we'll go ahead and turn off the run counter. Go to full cam while I figure out, oh my god, while I not fucking wipe my nose for myself because that's fucking disgusting. What the hell am I doing? But instead, blow my nose like a proper human being. Oh. Sorry, I'm just sitting in silence, looking at my Instagram feed because I got engrossed with watching a reel.
Wait, Scales, you aren't a worm?
Nah, I ain't an analyst kid.
Really?
Check this out, yo.
A forked tongue. You're a snake.
Indeed, Lowell. A Brahminy blind snake. Beat my profile pic.
You came out great there, bro.
Thanks, yo. I gotta get back to cover quick, though. Can't get caught slacking out here. Much better. All the homies got highly polished overlapping scales to minimize friction.
So you G's are fossorial.
Yep. Spend most of my time underground. Eyes are of little use down here. Hence my gamer tag. My primary way of navigating the map is chemoreception, but instead of tracking rodents like other snakes, I track ant pheromones. Oh snap, cause help a homie out, yo. What keeps me thriving in substrate is a death sentence on smooth surfaces.
Bro, I got you.
Thanks, home slice. More clutch than Echo 419. All G's you see are parthenogenetic too. Means we're all female and can form viable offspring from unfertilized eggs.
That's freaking...
That's awesome. I love learning about animals. Anyway. Is it... I don't know what else is on the chopping block for today. Kinda wanna play Marvel Rivals. Maybe do my dailies and then actually play ranked. Yeah. Maybe that's it. How the fuck do you spell dailies? Oh, it autocorrected. Thank you. Alright, let's pick a different thumbnail if I'm doing this. You know what? Chat. We're gonna update all. I'm gonna real quick go into Marvel Rivals. Alright. There we go. Let's do that. Ranked grind and dailies, and we're gonna go back to MS Paint. Yeah. Alright, let's make another thumbnail, shall we? So let's open another picture. Okay, actually no. I think it'd be funnier just to use the exact same picture from earlier. I'll use import to canvas. And we'll do no, that's screenshots. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Huh. Where's the pictures I'm looking for? Maybe it's here in downloads. This? Nope. That was for work. That was work. Earlier this month. How about this? Yeah, there we go. And then let's put that like across my whole forehead. Shall we? Yeah. And then we will also import to canvas another one from the pictures from these fucking people I ran into in game the other night, which felt horrendous to actually see. This was the worst thing of all time. And now we're gonna select brush, and I'm going to brushes. Give me a marker. Oh, that's like pretty big. Can I get like a... No, that's a little pixel thingy. Calligraphy, no. Calligraphy pen, no. Marker. Yeah, I guess we'll just use red. Bah, 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 bah. No, but nah, I don't need a frowny face for them. That looks weird. Can I get a thumbs down emoji? Thumbs down emoji. I wonder if I can get this as a transparency. Save image. Oh, not as a WebP, bro. I hate fucking WebPs. Download PNG file. Thank you. Jesus. Okay, thank you. God. I hate trying to download an image and then it's in fucking WebP. Alright. Import to canvas. This. Yeah. I do that. Okay. That's the that's a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail. I'm happy with that. Oh yeah. And we'll put that in there. What? No, I don't wanna. Alright, save. Alright, close this. go over here and update the thumbnail. Okay, that's awesome. Okay. Well, there we go. That's that. Oop. Turn off display capture. Don't need to show you my my desktop. That would not be awesome. All right, and let's just go ahead and open Marvel Rivals, shall we? I could probably turn my audio over up here on the left. A little left, if I could stop fucking having issues with my words. Cough drop. Anyway. Dude, I can't wait to finish streaming and then go downstairs and eat ice cream, bro. Oh my god. Oh, bro, I'd be thinking about that now. Ooh. Ooh. Yummy. I should probably switch that over, shouldn't I? Alright, what's on the dailies for today? Complete a match. Health packs? More like hell no. Alright, take 6k damage. Win 5 matches, heal 2 and 5k health. Alright, so tank and support. We will go ahead and get the dailies out of the way. And then we will do ranked. I'll actually start. I haven't played a ranked game since like I played like 2 or 3 day 1, or I might have been streaming it. I don't know, but I'll actually start playing because I actually need to start playing if I'm wanting to rank up to GM by mid-season.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
Prevention. La 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 la. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 bum 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 bum. Alright, well I'm definitely tanking now. I'll play Emma Farrar. I just need to play more of her to get better at her, because she's definitely the tank I played the least. Yeah, I think definitely the tank. No, Hulk is probably the tank I played the least. But I played a fair amount of Hulk recently to do team-ups with Namor.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Yet you remain calm and serene. How?
I have peered into the infinite void. There is nothing to fear.
All can find such peace in the face of potential
You shall see one way.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See that? I like the twist that music brings the world
Now's the part where you thank me. You were beneath mental domination.
I require some aid.
Mental domination.
Should have placed my thing a little bit earlier.
Outside is lacking in numbers. I was fast to thank you.
Hello, my shield please.
Double KO.
They're all so far back.
Thanks so much.
My 3 supports, how, like, come on y'all. Why are y'all running away so far back if I'm up there?
Never surrenders.
They've made it halfway. Stop them.
Suppose that helps. Mental domination.
Okay, how the fuck did I miss both of those?
You needed some help.
Revenge is best served cold, and nothing is colder than frost.
He's stopped them in their tracks.
I got a supporter on me anywhere? Okay, force her to ult outside over there. Nope.
Did you even train for this? I suppose that helps.
A nice deep freeze. Double KO.
Won't be seeing your love, Susan.
That's three.
Your mind is not.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Only 60 seconds left.
I suppose that Now's the part where you thank me. Mind crush.
He's stopped them in their tracks. Down to 30 seconds.
Stand strong. We have this.
It's the grand finale.
Oh, now we're popping ult.
Fine, but thank you.
It's okay. The final 10 seconds.
Looks like I'll be leading our people now, Magneto.
Double KO. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. That's three.
Mental domination.
Okay, whatever.
Another epic victory. Big win.
And of course somebody didn't give. This motherfucker didn't give thumbs up, so now we're not all at 6, unfortunately. Alright, well that should be 6k damage blocks, yeah. So I need 25k healing now. Oh. Guess I'll go ahead and do that.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
If you're gonna play Hela, I guess I can play Loki.
I am Loki, god of mischief and the king of Asgard. lies, if you wish, what society can exist without lies? The god of mischief greets you.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Greets you.
Hello, everyone.
No one escapes hell.
Oh, I did. Several times. Lovely torture machines.
Doom must answer for what he has done to Asgard and all other worlds.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
I, too, am a son of Odin. The more the merrier. Cheering for my friends.
Let me peel the pressure out of the shaft.
You're quite welcome.
I suppose that helps.
Sure, just smack is a problem. Oh, I'm fine, don't mind me.
Your armor has failed.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
You have my
Mission area is yours.
The more the merrier. Done. You're welcome. Healing for my friends. You're quite welcome.
I am barely harmed.
I have many faces. I only wish I had done it myself. Needed that, thanks. On your toes. Here they come.
Judge! Jury! Executioner!
I am more than just a trickster. Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind me. The more the merrier. Like that.
I am Asgard's might!
You've captured the
Brother.
half of the mission area. Keep going.
You're quite welcome.
You're welcome.
The more the merrier. Healing for my friends.
We are undefeatable! Chaos!
Why does the store just keep jumping in the middle of everything?
You have my force. The more the merrier.
Behold the god of thunder!
This is
real firepower!
Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind me. I'm a short team player.
Okay, anyway. Everybody just keeps running in, and I'm like,
God of lies, if you wish. What society can exist without lies?
Impervious!
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
What manner of creature are you?
what manner of creature are you?
Strange allies this war has brought together.
T'Challa built an empire. We can barely rule a single island.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
I have many faces.
Look who's here!
Okay, well I guess we're all just gonna ult, huh?
The beacon.
You got them all! Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. The mission area is yours.
I outnumber you. I have many faces.
We are undefeatable!
I am Asgard's might!
Enemies. Perfect.
Invigorating, no?
Judge, jury, executioner!
Oh, I'm fine, don't mind me. I outnumber you.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
This is real firepower! Thank me later.
I am barely harmed.
You're quite welcome.
Ares,
You are
Behold the god of thunder!
You have my full support. Your powers are mine!
we'll have to keep fighting until we have winners. Double KO!
You were outclassed.
Anyway.
Another epic victory! Big win!
Jeff popped the fuck off. Maybe for real. It's been a couple hours. I think I am, yeah, I think I'm done for a day, TBH. I'm not done playing Rivals, but like, I don't know. I'm low energy at this point. I know it's only been a couple hours. Some days I stream longer, some days I don't. So yeah, I'm actually good for today. I decided to end, so I'm ending. Anyway, thanks for watching. Anyway.